Hey, hey, hey. Y'all already know it's your girl Key. What's up, collective? Hope everyone is all right. Today, we hitting on that Bruce Lee thing, how to flow like water. I just want to add that I'm able to tell y'all this now because it's what I've learned for myself. Again, if I can help another, that's all that matters. In order for me to break the silence, I had to start with myself, just to be clear. So here's where I see why we end up letting ourselves down when it comes to true happiness. So, y'all already know. Let's jump in. So, I'm seeing that there are not many that want to know the difference between true happiness and distracted happiness. And no disrespect, I just can understand why. Again, conditioning. Please don't think because you're of an older generation, you can't be toxic. Toxic is toxic. A few reasons why a toxic person becomes a toxic person is, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not sorry. It's all we know. We have been around nothing but superficial people, places, and things, meaning taught, or better yet, led to believe that there's nothing more to life other than the materialistic bullshit. We are led to believe, oh, you have to marry someone that has something. Come again? Have what? Money and no brains? We were led to believe a person has to have something of value. I agree with this to a certain point. Yes, a person should have value. The key word here is person, not what they have. It should always be equal give and take. Happiness should be within you first in order to be able to enjoy what a person can offer. We go into a lot of crazy situations worrying about what we can get out of it. That should not be the goal. Then we wonder why things don't work out later. I say this to say you only know what you're taught. Saddest part about it, it's family that does it at times. That's why they say it's always the ones closest to you. It damn sure ain't your friends. A true friend wouldn't do you like that. So without knowing it, what happens is because of this type of conditioning, that energy seeps into us. In turn, we end up developing that energy, which attracts like energy individuals. This is why forgiveness is so important. Yes, for the person, but most importantly, for you, meaning for the actions of that individual towards you. Never, ever forfeit your true happiness for no one. It's your choices and intent that determine your path. Of course, you'll think it's normal. It's what's visible. I'm here to tell you it's not normal. You ever wonder how someone can tell you how to live your life and theirs ain't all what it's cracked up to be? Well, there you go. I must say, I'm not condoning negative behaviors and excuses because it's a choice. It doesn't define the individual, though. This suffering in silence is bullshit. With the conditioning of this world, we tend to throw stones without getting the full story. We are so quick to judge another without looking at ourselves. There is always a story behind someone's actions. Always. So let me tell y'all a bit about what distracted happiness is. I consider it an art. We tend to live two types of lives as oneself, on a level consciously and subconsciously. The art is the strength for me. I respect it, meaning I don't have to deal with the individual's actions. It's a choice. It's just the fact that no one sees the strength within themselves. We allow our negative behaviors and excuses to dictate our strengths. And trust me, I'm sure of this. So check this out. If you're someone who has been supporting my channel, you ought to know that I talk about how we were conditioned, breaking the silence of generational curses, traditional beliefs, and values, on top of seeing things from a different perspective. The purpose of my channel and soon to be other channels, by the way, is going to be pretty awesome, y'all. But getting back to distracted happiness, these are the things we do to entertain ourselves, to mask our hurt. There are a wide range of things this can be applied to. For example, addictions. Now, this is a big one, meaning we will do things we know good and damn well we don't have no business doing. Why? To please ourselves and others. Remember, I've said it's all about the intent. This is where low self esteem, low self confidence, and self worth are affected, on top of our insecurities and flaws. When you see it from a different perspective, it's all for our own selfless and selfish gain. Again, no disrespect, it's just real shit. In other words, it's like putting a band aid on a wound or wounds and then removing that band aid and going back consistently picking and picking, pouring salt on those wounds or wound. We all know what happens then, right? Well, it gets worse. At what point does that wound get to heal? It's called false self medicating, leaving all that distracted happiness still at bay. Mind you, you still with that same hurt and unpleasurable feeling after some time. Healing should take place. Otherwise, we take it to the grave alone. It has to take its course, no matter how you look at it. No, that's not rude. That's real. Truth hurts. It's all about the approach and deliverance. Do it out of love, not hurt. That's the problem. No one wants truth. We rather a lie because it's what's comfortable at the moment. That's not how anyone should be handled. Accepting, absorbing, and applying can help us in so many ways. Knowing that time heals most wounds, and I say most because sadly, there are some things that some people can't come back from. Things that literally drive them off the ledge. This is why I can't stress enough that catching and trusting the process is very beneficial. Can't tell y'all in time because we are all on different timelines. When the time is right for you, it will happen. So when you look at the process of a wound, yes, it happened. It's open. If you don't medicate it properly, the process stops. It can't move forward to the healing stages. We have to do it the correct way for closure. Positive moves brings positive results. So let's wrap this up with what true happiness really means. It's actually really, really simple, yet so damn hard. Again, due to conditioning. I'm not condoning any negative behaviors and excuses. I just want to keep throwing that out there. We have to know the cause and effect of our circumstances. So, y'all ready? Here it is. It's truth. Truth brings nothing but pure, genuine, true happiness. Why? Well, remember I said earlier that we tend to live two different types of lives as oneself. Well, type 1, the lie, which is the physical, the outer shell of us. And type 2 is the truth, which is the internal, the soul of us. Yep, just that simple, y'all. And lastly, here's the real deal, the hardest part of it all, defeating that distracted happiness. It's about realizing the art of the strength you have within you. Remember, we carry around so much burden and still move around in these streets as if we have pure, true happiness. If we could actually see things from a different perspective, and let me tell y'all, perspective is one of the most valuable things to us as humans here on this earth. But if we were able to see past the type 1 life, the lie, all the negative self-inflicted behaviors and excuses, we would get to see and feel what the type 2 life is, the truth, all the positive self-healing energy that can be restored within us. In doing this, we will then see just how much high self-esteem, confidence, valuable self-worth we can have. That's how we get to true happiness. It will be within us, around us, but, yes, there's a but, it all starts with you. So remember, y'all, love you, keep going, and keep growing. Love y'all. Later.